Blade. The character known as Blade. Eric Cross Brooks, whose current and most popular alias is Blade, but he's been known by other aliases as well, including the Vampire Hunter, Bill, Daywalker, Dhampir, Edge, Ronin, Sorcerer Supreme, Spider Hero, Subject AA1, Switchblade, and Wesley. His parents were Tara Cross, his mother who is deceased, his father Luke Cross, his status unknown. Jamal Afiri was his foster father, and he is possibly the father of Zukaja, the spawn of Sela. Blade stands at roughly 6 foot 2 inches, weighing 215 pounds, with dark hair and dark eyes. His unusual features include very sharp maxillary canine fangs. Blade possesses several unique tattoos running along his neck, back, and shoulders, and Blade does not cast a reflection. Origin. Born half vampire or Dhampir, a creature with all the vampire strengths but none of its weaknesses, Blade became a vampire hunter to avenge his mother, who had been killed in a vampire attack that turned him into a Dhampir. Eric Cross Brooks was born in Soho, London on the 24th of October 1922. His father, Lucas Cross, was a member of a secret society, the Order of Tyranna. Due to dangerous circumstances, he sent his pregnant wife Tara to London before he himself was taken prisoner in Latveria. There she took the name Vanessa Brooks and found shelter with the brothel owner Madame Vanity, another member of the same order. Experiencing labor complications, Tara was forced to seek a doctor's assistance. The doctor, unfortunately, was Deacon Frost, who was actually a very ravenous vampire and feasted on the woman as she gave birth, passing along a series of enzymes that altered her young developing baby. The enzymes entered the infant's bloodstream, transforming him into a tainted by a vampire kiss but not converted creature. In other words, half human, half vampire, which are called Dhampir themselves. Frost was driven away before he could feast on the child, but Tara perished, leaving the orphaned Eric to be raised at Madame Vanity's brothel. While growing up on the streets of London, he ran into American veteran vampire slayer Jamal Afari and saved him from being killed by a vampire with a grudge against the old man. Afari soon learned about Eric and his origins and decided to take him under his wing, becoming his mentor and foster father and helping him learn to control his abilities. Afari taught Eric everything he knew about hunting, fighting, and killing vampires. Determined to avenge his mother's death, Eric fashioned himself into a vampire hunter like Afari while still a teenager and started calling himself Blade, after the sharp weapons which he used to kill the vampire victims. Finally, Blade and Afari split up after Jamal willingly took the fall for a murder when Blade killed a man who was suffering from a derangement whom he mistook for a vampire. Blade became part of a small band of like-minded individuals hunting the vampire Dracula. This group consisted of Musinda, Orgy, Ogon, and Azu, often led by Quincy Harker, the great vampire hunter. The company's members included Rachel Van Helsing and Fred Drake. Blade and the team battled Dracula on several occasions, chasing him across Europe. Powers. Dhampir physiology. Blade was born a half-human, half-vampire hybrid. The enzymes of Blade's blood made him immune to normal vampire bites, uniquely attuned to sensing the supernatural and resistance to aging. Since being bit by Dr. Michael Morbius, Blade has gained many of the traditional powers of the vampire without developing their weaknesses. His superhuman strength, senses, and stability, plus an over-accelerated healing factor. Superhumanly acute senses. Blade's sense of sight and hearing, are heightened to levels comparable to those possessed by true vampires. He is capable of seeing objects with perfect clarity at much greater distances than ordinary humans. He retains the same level of clarity even in near total darkness. His hearing is similarly enhanced, allowing him to detect sounds that ordinary humans can never detect. Blade is also able to sense the presence of supernatural beings or forces. Superhuman sense of smell. Blade possesses an incredibly pronounced sense of smell, easily able to discern what's human and what's not even from a good distance away. His olfactory senses have been compared to that of Wolverine. Superhuman Strength. Blade possesses the superhuman strength of a full-fledged vampire. He's been strong enough to overpower a vampiric Spider-Man, routinely makes prodigious jumps of hundreds of feet in the air, and has sufficient strength to easily rip the head off of another vampire with his bare hands. Blade is capable of running and moving at speeds far greater than even the finest human athlete. He can accelerate his movements to cover short distances in an instant, faster than the human eye can see. Superhuman Agility. Blade's agility, balance, and bodily coordination are enhanced to levels that are beyond the natural physical limits of the finest human athlete. He can leap several feet into the air and is able to move, jump, climb, flip, and run at incredibly fast speeds without difficulty or exhaustion. Superhuman Stamina. Blade can exert himself at peak capacity for several hours before fatigue can significantly impair him. Superhuman Durability. Blade's vampire-human hybrid tissues allow him to sustain physical trauma to a better extent. He has withstood very powerful energy blasts, exposure to temperature extremes, and great impact forces without sustaining significant injury. Regenerative Healing Factor. Like any true vampire, Blade possesses an accelerated healing ability that allows him to heal mild or moderate injuries with much greater speed and efficiency than a normal human. He is capable of healing from several slashes and puncture wounds within a matter of minutes to hours, depending on the severity of the wound. Prolonged lifespan. Although not a pure vampire, he does have the advantage of hybrid vampirism. He possesses a pseudo-immortality, a greatly enhanced lifespan. Blade also possesses immunity to vampiric vulnerabilities, and although vampires may have many, Blade has shown to be unaffected by direct sunlight or UV rays, whereas most vampires are rendered comatose by daylight hours. Vampires are also typically highly allergic to silver, which has no effect on Blade. In fact, he often uses silver as his primary weapons. He can be injured by a silver weapon in the same as a normal human would, but his healing factor would be able to heal it as a normal wound, whereas a vampire would be a fatal wound. Blade is also immune to the effects of any religious icons such as crucifixes, where some vampires are affected by those. Transformation. Blade seemingly possesses the ability to change to and from human form to a more monstrous state of being by force of will. Wing manifestation. Blade's transformed state comes with an added proclivity of bat-like aviary appendages that enable him to fly at a very high rate of speed. Master Martial Artist. Blade is a master martial artist, proficient in practically every form of weaponry known to man. After training with Chamal Afari and various other private teachers, his main form of combat is a mixture of boxing, kopiari, eskrima, jeet kune do, hapkido, jujitsu, shotokan karate, kung fu, and ninjutsu. He is also proficient in Krav Maga. Weapons. Blade is well known for a small arsenal of weapons, including his famous teakwood daggers, adamantium acid-edged swords, Kevlar body armor, automatic and semi-automatic firearms, converted to use hollow point garlic-filled silver bullets, and a variety of portable, custom-designed weapons that employ silver, garlic, sunlight, ultraviolet rays, and anticoagulants. Blade, over time, has fashioned himself into the ultimate vampire hunter.